What if I told you that airlines have been secretly charging you hundreds of dollars extra for every flight you've ever taken? What if everything you think you know about airline pricing is a carefully orchestrated lie designed to rob you blind? Today, we're exposing the 12 biggest airline pricing secrets that could save you hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars on every single flight you take. From hidden algorithms that track your every click, to insider booking tricks that airlines absolutely don't want you to know about, we're pulling back the curtain on the entire industry. Some of these secrets are so powerful that travel agents charge hundreds of dollars just to share them with clients. Others are so closely guarded that airline employees get fired for leaking them. But today, you're getting all of them for free. By the end of this video, you'll never book a flight the same way again. You'll know exactly when to book, how to book, and most importantly, how to avoid the pricing traps that airlines use to squeeze every last dollar out of unsuspecting travelers. So hit that subscribe button, because this information is pure gold. And let's dive into the airline pricing secrets that will change your travel game forever. Secret 1. The browser tracking price surge. Here's the first secret airlines don't want you to know. They're tracking your searches and raising prices specifically for you. Every time you visit an airline website or booking platform, they drop cookies on your device that remember your search history. Search for the same flight multiple times? Congratulations, you just told them you're desperate to book that route, and desperate customers pay premium prices. Airlines use dynamic pricing algorithms that can increase prices by 10 to 30% just because you've shown interest in a specific flight. The solution is shockingly simple, but almost nobody does it. Always search for flights in incognito or private browsing mode. Clear your cookies between searches. Even better, use different devices or different browsers for price comparison. Here's the insider trick. Airlines reset their tracking every 24 hours for technical reasons. If you see a high price, wait exactly 24 hours and search again in incognito. You'll often see the original lower price return. This one trick alone can save you $50 to $200 per ticket, and it works almost every time. Secret 2. The Tuesday 3 p.m. booking sweet spot. Airlines release new fare inventory on specific days and times, and they've trained most travelers to believe this is random. It's not. There's a predictable pattern that insiders have known for decades. Airlines release their cheapest fares on Tuesday afternoons around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why? Because business travelers typically book Monday through Wednesday mornings, so airlines drop leisure fares Tuesday afternoons to fill remaining seats for weekend travelers. But here's the deeper secret. Airlines also match competitor prices on Tuesday afternoons. When one airline drops prices, others follow within hours. This creates a 6 to 8 hour window every Tuesday where prices across all airlines hit their lowest point of the week. The best part? This pattern is so consistent that travel industry insiders call it Cheap Tuesday. Set calendar reminders for Tuesday 3 p.m. and book during this window. You'll consistently find prices 15 to 40% lower than other days of the week. Even if you're not ready to book, Tuesday afternoons are perfect for price research. You'll see the true lowest prices airlines are willing to offer. Secret 3. The hidden city ticketing loophole. Airlines price routes based on competition and demand, not distance. This creates a bizarre situation where flying further can cost less than flying to your actual destination. Smart travelers exploit this with hidden city ticketing. Here's how it works. Say you want to fly from New York to Chicago, but it costs $400. However, a flight from New York to Denver with a Chicago layover costs only $250. You book the Denver, but get off in Chicago and skip the final leg. Airlines hate this practice, and it's technically against their terms of service, but it's perfectly legal and can save you 30–60% on certain routes. The restrictions. You can only use carry-on luggage. Checked bags go to the final destination, and you can't do this on round-trip tickets. Websites like SkipLag specialize in finding these hidden city opportunities. Use them for research, but book directly with airlines to avoid complications. Just remember, use this sparingly and never on the same route repeatedly, or airlines might flag your account. This technique works best on expensive domestic routes where airlines have monopolies or limited competition. Secret 4. The massive airline miles devaluation scam. Frequent flyer programs aren't loyalty rewards. They're elaborate psychological schemes designed to lock you into paying higher prices. Airlines constantly devaluate miles while making it nearly impossible for average travelers to redeem them for good value. Here's what they don't tell you. Award seats are allocated months in advance, and airlines intentionally limit availability on popular routes and dates. That free ticket requires 50,000 miles, but airlines only release 2 to 4 award seats per flight on routes everyone wants to fly. The real scam? Miles expire, change fees are outrageous, and award charts change without notice. Airlines can devalue your miles by 50% overnight by simply changing their award charts. It's happened repeatedly with every major airline. Here is a smart strategy. Use miles immediately. Focus on shorter domestic flights where availability is better, and never chase elite status unless you're flying for business. For most travelers, cashback credit cards provide better value than airline miles. The dirty secret airline employees know. It's often cheaper to buy discounted tickets than to use miles when you factor in fees and taxes. Airlines prefer you use miles because it costs them less than the ticket's cash value. Secret 5. The overbooking compensation goldmine. Airlines legally sell more tickets than seats available, counting on no-shows to balance things out. When everyone shows up, they need volunteers to take later flights. This is where smart travelers make serious money. Most passengers don't know their rights or how to negotiate. When airlines ask for volunteers, they start with lowball offers like $200 vouchers. But here's the secret. Those vouchers have massive restrictions and expiration dates. Always negotiate for cash instead. Federal law requires airlines to pay cash compensation up to $1,350 for involuntary bumping, depending on delay length. But voluntary bumping has no limits. You can negotiate whatever the airline agrees to pay. Here is an insider tactic. Travel on oversold flights, like Monday mornings, Friday evenings, or holidays. Have flexible schedules and know how to negotiate. Start by declining their first offer and asking for cash plus meal vouchers plus hotel if needed. I've personally seen passengers negotiate $1,000+ cash for taking flights just 3 to 4 hours later. Airlines would rather pay individuals than face bad publicity from forced bumping. It's basically free money for flexible travelers. Secret 6. The fuel surcharge and hidden fee shell game. Airlines advertise low base fares, then hit you with a maze of additional fees that often cost more than the original ticket. But many of these fees are negotiable or avoidable if you know. Fuel surcharges are the biggest scam. They were introduced during high oil prices, but airlines kept them even when fuel costs plummeted. International tickets can have $200+ in fuel surcharges that have nothing to do with actual fuel costs. Here's how to avoid them. Use airline miles from partners that don't pass on fuel surcharges, or book separate one-way tickets instead of round trips. Sometimes booking 2 one-ways costs less than a round trip because surcharges are calculated differently. Baggage fees, seat selection fees, change fees, these aren't mandatory costs of flying. They're profit centers. Basic economy fares are designed to make you pay extra to get back features that used to be included. Here's a smart booking technique. Factor all fees into your total cost comparison. A $50 higher fare with included. Bags and seat selection often costs less than a cheap basic economy fare once you add necessary services. Secret 7. The group booking versus individual booking trap. Airlines want you to believe that booking multiple passengers together saves money. It's often the opposite. Group bookings, even just 2 to 3 passengers, are automatically priced at the highest fare in the booking class, meaning everyone pays the most expensive person's price. Instead, book passengers individually, even on the same itinerary. Airlines pull from different fare buckets for each seat, so you might get some passengers at lower prices. You can still select seats together later for a small fee, which is usually less than the premium you'd pay for group booking. This is especially true for international flights and peak travel times. I've seen families save $400+ by booking individually versus together. Here's an exception. True group rates for 10+ passengers, which require special handling and sometimes offer genuine discounts. But for families or small groups, individual bookings almost always provide better total pricing. Airlines know this, but their booking systems default to group pricing because it maximizes revenue per transaction. Secret 8. The error, fare, and mistake pricing opportunity. Airlines make pricing mistakes regularly. Typos, currency conversion errors, forgot to add taxes, or system glitches that create impossibly cheap fares. These error fares can offer 80–90% discounts on normal pricing. Secret flyer communities and websites, like Secret Flying or Scott's Cheap Flights, specialize in finding these mistakes. When error fares are discovered, you have a narrow window, sometimes just hours, before airlines notice and fix them. Here's what airlines don't want you to know. If you book an error fare and receive confirmation, you're often protected. Airlines usually honor obvious mistakes to avoid bad publicity, especially for international flights where passenger rights are stronger. The key is booking quickly and completely. Get your confirmation number and complete the purchase before the airline notices. Don't call customer service asking about the price. Just book it. Error fares most commonly occur on international routes, especially to Asia and Europe. They often involve connecting flights through hub cities where automated pricing systems make calculation errors. Set up alerts and be ready to book immediately when opportunities arise. Secret 9. The airline credit card points transfer. Airline credit cards seem like obvious choices for frequent travelers, but they're usually terrible value compared to flexible points cards. Airlines want you locked into their ecosystem where they control redemption rates and availability. Here's the secret. Use general travel credit cards that earn transferable points to multiple airline partners. Cards like Chase Sapphire or American Express Membership Rewards let you transfer points to dozens of airlines, often with transfer bonuses that effectively multiply your points. Even better, these flexible points often provide better redemption value than earning airline miles directly. You can transfer points to whichever airline has the best availability and rates for your specific trip. Here's an insider strategy. Earn flexible points, then transfer only when you're ready to book specific flights. This prevents devaluation and gives you maximum options. Airlines hate this because it reduces their ability to trap you in their program. They'd rather you earn their miles directly and face limited redemption options. Smart travelers use airline credit cards only when there are massive sign-up bonuses, then switch back to flexible points cards. Secret 10. The multi-city and open-jaw routing strategy. Airlines price round-trip tickets assuming you'll fly the same route in both directions, but their systems allow complex routing that can dramatically reduce costs while giving you more travel flexibility. Multi-city bookings let you visit multiple destinations for the same or less money than simple round trips. Instead of New York, Paris, New York, book New York, Paris, Paris, Rome, Rome, New York as a multi-city itinerary. It often costs the same as a simple round trip but gives you two destinations. Open-jaw tickets let you fly into one city and out of another. Fly into London, travel overland through Europe, fly home from Rome. This eliminates backtracking and often costs less than traditional round trips. Here's a secret for you. Airlines price these complex itineraries using the same algorithms as simple routes, but they don't optimize for the specific combinations travelers actually want. You can exploit pricing inefficiencies that favor complex routing. Use airline websites or travel agents familiar with complex routing to find these opportunities. They require more planning but offer significantly better value for multi-destination travel. Secret 11. The last-minute booking myth and reality. Airlines want you to believe that last-minute flights are always expensive, encouraging early booking at higher prices. The reality is more complex and offers opportunities for flexible travelers. Business routes and peak times. Last-minute prices are indeed high because airlines know business travelers and emergency situations create inelastic demand. But for leisure routes and off-peak times, airlines would rather sell seats cheap than fly with empty planes. Here's a secret timing hack. 6 to 8 weeks before departure is usually optimal for domestic flights, 8 to 12 weeks for international. But within 14 days of departure, prices become unpredictable and can drop dramatically as airlines try to fill remaining seats. Apps like Hotel Tonight have airline equivalents that specialize in last-minute deals. Airlines also release unsold inventory to consolidators who resell at significant discounts. Here's the strategy you're looking for. If you have flexible dates and destinations, last-minute booking can offer incredible deals. If you need specific flights on specific dates, book in the optimal advance window and use price tracking tools to rebook if prices drop. Secret 12. The airline price, matching, and adjustment policies. Most travelers don't know that airlines will often match competitor prices or adjust your fare if prices drop after booking. These policies exist, but airlines don't advertise them because they'd rather keep the extra money. Many airlines have unofficial price-matching policies for direct competitors on the same routes. If you find a lower fare on another airline for the exact same flight details, call and ask for a match. Success rates are surprisingly high, especially for elite members. Even better, several airlines will refund the difference if prices drop after you book. Southwest Airlines is famous for this, but others have similar policies with different terms. Set up price alerts on your existing bookings and request adjustments when prices fall. Here's an insider approach. Book refundable fares when prices are uncertain, then cancel and rebook if better deals appear. Yes, this takes effort, but it can save hundreds on expensive routes. Some credit cards also offer price protection that will refund fare differences if prices drop after purchase. Check your card benefits. Many travelers miss out on automatic refunds they're entitled to receive. There you have it. 12 airline pricing secrets that could save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars on every flight you take. From browser tracking tricks to hidden city ticketing, from error fares to price-matching policies, you now know how the system really works. The airline industry has spent decades perfecting these pricing strategies to maximize profits while keeping passengers in the dark. But knowledge is power, and now you're armed with insider information that puts you ahead of 99% of travelers. Remember, airlines count on customers not knowing these secrets. Every dollar you save using these techniques is a dollar that was supposed to go into their profit margins instead of your pocket. Make sure to subscribe because in the next video, we're exposing the dark secrets of airline loyalty programs that will shock you. Which pricing secret surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know how much you've saved using these strategies. Until next time, fly smart and keep more of your money where it belongs, in your wallet. See you at 30,000 feet.